Hello and welcome back to Tarot Sherpa. I am Christine and today I will be reading to you from the Visconti Tarot. This is an extension of my previous video where I am reviewing the Visconti Tarot, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll put the link for that in the description box below. So today I'm going to use a spread that is actually included in the little white book that came with this deck. So we'll do this as a for whoever reading. I'm going to give it a few more shuffles here. I did shuffle a good bit between our last video and this one, but we'll give it a few more just to get the energy flowing. And it's actually a very short little spread. It's only a 5-card spread, but I found it to be enormously effective if you just have a pointed question, or even as today, we'll just do a general reading. All right, one more shuffle. Feeling one more. Cut the deck for all of us because I get just as much out of every reading I do for anybody else as I do for myself. So, all right, so for our first card, how the situation appears. We've got a Page of Wands. So we've got some incoming news, and that is really not surprising considering that this is a tarot reading, and so it is in itself a message. So we have our earnest messenger here, our little friend. So the Page of Wands is kind of telling me that this is going to be a friendly message. So we've got something uplifting going on. All right. So let's talk about how things change. Our second card. 10 of Pentacles, or in this case, it is the 10 of Coins. But I'm going to use kind of a Rider-Waite interpretation of 10 of Coins, kind of think of it as the 10 of Pentacles. And if you think about the Waite-Smith system, the 10 of Pentacles is this scene where you have what could be a magician being greeted by children and dogs while the rest of the world is sort of ignoring what's going on. And the subtle context is sort of pay attention to maybe the magic that's going on in your everyday life. There's a great deal of beautiful, wonderful things that go on around us every day that we don't kind of pay so much attention to all the time. Maybe it gets lost in the shuffle. So we'll start with this little messenger kind of asking us to change our point of view a little bit and start thinking about, hey, where is that magic happening all around us? What are the misgivings going on in this whole situation? Next card. 9 of Pentacles. You saw me shuffle. I did a lot of shuffling. So 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles, if you think about the Rider-Waite-Smith, is the woman standing alone in the garden, being approached by a snail. There's a little bit of steady effort going on in that card. There's some success through discipline going on in that card. There's a little bit of solitude in that card as well. So our messenger paying attention to the magic, and maybe some of the paying attention to the magic isn't when we're out and busy in the world and everything. Maybe the misgiving is that the magic's out there. The magic isn't out there. The magic is inside. And how are we going to perceive that? So let's look at the essence of the truth. How are we going to perceive that? We've got the 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands. And the 7 of Wands, if you think about the man standing on the hill with his baton there, ready to fight the hordes, you kind of have to defend your space. So if you're looking for a little solitude, you're going to have to defend that. You're going to have to give yourself that time. You've got to set aside that time. You've got to put it on your schedule. You've got to get away from everybody. It doesn't have to be a lot of time. A lot of people recommend just like a little 15 minutes. Sometimes just a few deep breaths off on your own can make all the difference in being able to see the forest for the trees, to be able to see that magic that's happening in the everyday. All right, and our 5th card, what is our layer of hope and action? What is our final? 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh, the 10 of Swords. Wow. So I'm going to see this 10 of Swords as inaugurating a big change. Because if you think about 10 of Swords, that's usually a body laying on the ground stabbed with a whole bunch of swords. That's not really a happy card. Unless you're in the mode of, oh my goodness, thank God that's over. Let us move on to the sunrise or the sunset or whatever's happening in that distance. But wow, it's time to move on. And maybe that's what these 10s are kind of telling us, because the 10s are the end of one cycle in a suit and the beginning of another. It's a 1 and a 0. And so when you're looking at a 10, you're looking at starting anew. Maybe not starting over, but starting anew at a higher level. It's something that's more expansive. And perhaps this message is telling you it's time to stop thinking small and time to start looking at that magic that's inside, harnessing that energy and bringing that forward. All right? Find the magic.